you're probably wondering where I've been. Things have just been bad. So like nowhere, but also in a really bad place. I know some of you out there are feeling that way too. And I don't have advice right now, but for myself, I decided to do a light-hearted video and yet still helping me meet my goal of 1 video per month. Hi everybody, welcome back to You Seem Normal. Today I'm going to be talking about how crafting helps my mental health. So I didn't begin crafting consistently or often until the pandemic. And in the beginning of the pandemic, in the fall, I learned how to knit. And then after that, I was like, yeah, love this. And I also learned how to crochet. And since then, while I'm not like one of those like crochet or knitting influencers who can make like a sweater in 2 days and then post it, I have made 2 pullovers and then 1 cardigan and 1 like shawl thing, and then some other smaller projects. So I just wanted to talk about how stuff like that, and that's just 2 of my main crafts, can really help my mental health. So first things first, actually these aren't in any order, so like first thing could be any of these 9 things. I just happened to start with this one. So a step in the upward spiral. So the upward spiral is the opposite of the downward spiral that we go on when we become depressed. The upward spiral is when we're on the up and up, when we're on the way up. You don't think your way out of depression, you do your way out of the depression or the depressive state. And so if you were to craft, that is just 1 step on your upward spiral. Number 2, it's a mindfulness activity. It doesn't need to be. Sometimes it's a mindlessness activity. But sometimes if you're really sitting there and you're feeling the fabric, the yarn on your fingers and the cool knitting needle, or maybe it's hot because you were just like knitting so fast. I'm gonna start a fire, the bamboo needles. You are counting the stitches and you notice you don't have to keep going back and counting them like you always do when you're watching TV because you're not really paying attention, but when you're being mindful, you are, and you're counting and you get the correct number of stitches every time and you actually do the pattern correctly. It's a mindfulness activity. Number 3, it's something you can look forward to. I remember when I started, I just wanted to like come home or finish whatever I had to do and just like knit or work on my project or just like learn something new or watch a YouTube video about it. It's fun. It's something to look forward to and it's fun. Number 4, it can improve self-esteem and self-image because for me it allows accomplishments along the way, like wow, I really just did that sleeve. I really just learned how to do a knit stitch. I really just learned how to do a single crochet. You can, once you learn the basics, which as you're learning the basics, you're obviously learning so much. You're learning the building blocks to be able to make your own garments, for example. But there's always going to be something you can learn in knitting and crocheting. So it's really easy if you want to like learn a new skill one day to just look up a new stitch. Number 5, it can keep you inspired and give you energy to keep going. So for example, when I go on Pinterest or I follow a lot of like, those kind of influencers on Instagram, they're always inspiring me to look for new projects and pin new things. Some of you may know on my Instagram, I do knit or not, which is where I pick a bunch of different projects and post them. And then I say, should I knit or not? And knit is kind of it's actually too specific for what I'm actually asking. I'm actually asking like, should I do this, whatever the craft is? But it started with knit or not. Number 6 is serotonin in like a repeated way. So like every time you open your closet and you have a garment, for example, knit by you, or for example, like these, my bola hats, you just get that little bit of a rush and a little bit of a happy feeling. and a little bit of proud accomplishment to go along with the self-image and self-esteem part. And then number 7 is there is a crafting, wow, that was weird. There is a craft and a crafting style, etc., for all moods. So whether you want to be focused that day, or you want to be challenged, there's a project for you. If you need a mindless project, or you just need to work on the mindless parts of the project you're working on, you can do that. So it's any mood you want, you can craft in that mood. I mean, I'm just picturing myself like angrily knitting, and I can 100% picture it. So every mood. Number 8, abundance. Like I was talking about, there is no way to run out of patterns to do, different colors to do, stitches, things to make. I mean, you can make furniture, you know, like those like poof things that you can sit on. You can make furniture, you can make baskets. But again, I'm just speaking from sort of the one side of the lens, the yarn arts lens, but think about all the other crafts out there. Woodworking, painting, DIYing, all those kinds of things. There's no way to run out. And I feel like once you've like built the self-esteem up in one craft, you're like, yeah, I could for sure do a different craft. And I think that's beautiful as well. Number 9, you're allowed to have fun. So why don't you pick up a craft and have that fun for yourself? Guys, I haven't posted since January, which I think is okay. It means I skipped 1 month. I am working on posting once per month on YouTube and then also on my blog. But you should also sign up for my newsletter if you want. I wouldn't force you. But I am obligated to have this spiel at the end of a YouTube video. So that's what this is.